everyone, and I can hear you screaming from the comment section saying that now that one popular ASMR artist is done, you're going to go after another one? And to that I say, just watch the video. As you can see by the title, this is just a simple tip video, not a demand, just a suggestion from my own experience. I highly respect Yagami Yato, if you couldn't tell by my first videos, and as an old acquaintance, I can't help but notice one thing. Sometimes the characters don't act like the characters. Not to say that your effort is a waste. I applaud your consistency and ambition. Please, keep going. This isn't a major problem, but in one particular video it is. And that video is Poetry in Motion Louis X Listener Beastars ASMR video. I absolutely love Beastars. This series is great, and I was so excited to see the queen herself has recorded a video featuring one of my favorite characters, Louis. I sat down on my bed, put on my Bluetooth headphones, and it took me 2 tries to finish this whole entire thing. Granted, this was 7 months ago, but this was actually a video I was thinking of doing during the first week it came out, but the screen recording sucked. I didn't have a professional mic as I do now, and it wasn't scripted, so I ended up repeating myself and was in a fiery pit of rage for some reason. But now that I am prepared to tackle this monster as constructive criticism-esque as possible, let's get started. Number 1, the tone. At the start of the video, Louis is confronted by a listener, and he immediately assumes that they are an admirer. Thing is that they are a carnivore. The number 1 thing that Louis hates has confronted him with romantic intent, and the first thing he says that it's interesting, and he didn't expect to reach the top of the drama club. 20 seconds in, and no lie, it has lost me. Now, if you watched Beastars before, you know Louis is the most confident and perfectionist people in the entire cast. Heck, he tells the whole drama club to do their best, but really he's saying, devote yourselves to me. This is his top priority other than becoming a Beastar. Now that we got that out of the way, let's resume to the carnivore aspects at the start. To be completely honest, he would not assume listener would like him upon the first encounter. Take Juno, for example. In episode 8, caught like flaws in a canine's teeth, Juno was sweeping it past club hours in the club room, and Louis finds her when he was about to leave. He helps her with club stuff, but when she pins him down for her declaration of war, he suggests that it's for a kiss. Then he teases the idea of her eating him and how he would probably enjoy it. And those with 30 minds, you earn a bunk. The point is, until listener does something or says something that seems romantically motivated, he'd assume it was for them to eat him or help him with something for drama club. That is, if they are part of drama club together. I don't know. It was never specified in the video. Not that I remember, but if it was, I'm sorry. Granted, you did later on have him question about the eating part. Also, let him say, do you expect me to roll over and die for you, basically? But since Louis has such a hatred for carnivores, that's pretty much how he should end the conversation. Motivations. Louis should be more skeptical. For his background, even if listener seems to like him, he should use that against them. Let me explain. I am going to write a line from your video, assume a reply from listener, and say what Louis would most likely respond to it. Louis, is it because I'm a cute snack? Listener would probably confess at this line. Louis, you like me. Forgive me, but that's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. Guess Lego Sheet isn't the only one delusional in the school. You carnivores have this twisted desire to feast on us, herbivores. Your first instinct is to devour our flesh. This attraction is nothing more than another way to drop my guard. Such a pity. And scene. Here it demonstrates his feelings on carnivores and his stance on the idea that one likes him. Kind of like the panda.
Panda! I told you it's going.
Oh, so that's your name. Moving forward around a minute, Louis asks what makes listener think they could save him from this loneliness. Okay, so he would never be this open about it. Louis hid the fact that he had a broken leg from everyone, but then walked it off until the end of the first play. I know this is more of a romantic spin that is different from the canon, but this is a pivotal part of his personality. He is the ultimate drama queen. He puts himself on a high pedestal. And something like loneliness would not bother him unless someone pointed it out to him, like Haru. And no, I'm not saying involve Haru in this video, it's just an example. Okay, so I'm going to skip forward to avoid repeating myself as much as I already have. Number 3, pacing. Within 5 minutes, Louis accepted the feelings of listener. It's kind of rushed, I'm not going to lie to you. Now, you did something I liked. Listener kissing Louis to prove a point, that's good. But I feel like that should be spaced out for a little bit later. I'm going to read a line from my Louis X listener script as an example. Granted, it's kind of plot heavy and listeners are herbivore, but I think it's a helpful example nonetheless. Here's the scenario. Fiancé listener is told to lay low by Louis and stay out his way. Listener is part of the drama club and decides to make friends with Legoshi and Kai. Louis is enraged by this and takes her aside to try to talk sense into her. She calls him out of being hypocritical, which leads to this scene. Louis, I've also noticed that you've been walking to your dorm later than usual. That's why I'm asking you about this. If this continues and you get caught, you'll be suspended. Then I'll have to go through the trouble to save your reputation to stay here at the school. Listener ... Louis, what I do with her is none of your business. All you need to focus on is your studies and performance. Listener pins Louis down to the ground. Well, isn't this giving me deja vu? Glaring down at me with that angry expression and gripping my wrist. You must be friends with Juno. Listener cuts him off and kisses Louis. Louis, what was that for? He wipes his mouth. Attention? Listener gets up and walks out the door. Louis is now alone in the club room. He licks his lips. Tastes like strawberries. You are a weird one. Maybe you and Legoshi have more things in common than I thought. He's already in my way when it comes to Haru. Despite what I've said, sadly I can't afford him to devour my fiancé. And scene. Here he's talking to himself about how interesting this would be. In my opinion, that could work for your Louis. That could work for your Louis too. He's observant, so he wouldn't be convinced just by a confession alone. He wants action. If Louis would allow listener to prove themselves to him before the kiss, I feel like it would be more impactful. Put the two in scenarios where he's proven wrong and starts gaining interest in them without realizing it. This is the Red Deer Louis we're talking about. He's basically royalty. Prove to him why he should like you. Number 4, emotions. Now you didn't get this wrong the whole video. At the 12-minute mark, his charisma of "if you're going to be with me, you have to match my mentality" is great. The only suggestion here is that he doesn't want to be eaten, but this carnivore intrigues him. He'll entertain the idea of being together, offer himself as a proper meal for listener when they get hungry. Like how he did Legoshi in the first episode on offering up one of his legs as for security or something. At the ending, when they do get together, or at least a third of the way finished, he finally opens up to his feelings to listener and show his growth as a person. Here's my example on the third act of my Louis script. Louis, my heart was in this constant tug of war and I didn't know what to do. I was vulnerable but couldn't show it. You caught me red-handed and I felt my heart sink with the feeling of the void growing. I wanted to make it up to you somehow with a date. I was having fun. Actual fun with you, and even I screwed that up too. Listener ... Louis, I figured out my feelings and what caused the void. It was you. You were the only one to fill the void of love that I was missing. Louis kisses listener. Louis, no, don't say anything yet. I'm so sorry for hurting you, and I know I don't deserve you or your forgiveness. That's why I'm not going back, and I'm calling off our engagement. Louis, thank you for everything. I love you. And scene. Also, side note, based on the forbidden love scenario, I feel like Louis is interested in Moulin Rouge and listens to El Tango de Roxanne on repeat, so that's really good. On to the tips. As a fellow ASMR script writer, I found these things to help me when I'm doing character scripts. Tip 1. Rewatch central episodes or clips focused on that character. Tip 2. If they have a theme song, listen to it while writing. Music speaks to you in many ways. Use that to your advantage. Tip 3. Find someone you trust or who knows the character and let them read the script. Let them give you pointers and praises to how they feel about the work. And tip 4, try to get inside the character's head. Imagine yourself as them talking to the listener. And that's the video. I hope this was helpful and it didn't come across as hateful or anything. No one is perfect. There's plenty of room for improvement. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you like my content so far. I hope you have a nice day.